Hello, welcome back. This is Dream Ether 13. So, following up from my last video, I wanted to talk about chakras, since many of you who watch may be new, and it's always good to learn new things. So, I thought I would discuss the what are chakras, and kind of start us off on this journey of our awakening together. Okay. So I am, the books that I have about the chakras are Chakras Balance Your Body's Energy for Health and Harmony by Patricia Mercier. Okay, so let us start with what a chakra is, okay? So chakras are focused, energetic life forces that exist within our auric field as swirling masses of color that penetrate and interact with our physical body, and particularly relate to the endocrine system, central nervous system, and spine. Traditional teaching refers to the 7 main chakras or body power centers as follows. So so basically here's an example of what our system looks like. So you have the root chakra. You have let me get that's fine. So we have the root chakra, which is the red. It is located at the base of the spine. And that is where we're going to start today. I don't want to overload too much about it, especially if we're going to kind of use the exercises that I've been guided to. But this is the system here. And this is like full enlightenment, basically. And most humans operate out of the lower 3 chakras. And this is considered like heaven, right? These are the higher consciousness energy portals, before getting too ahead of the subject here. So you have your root or your base chakra, which is the color of red. You have the sacral chakra, which is the color of orange. It's like a rainbow. You have the solar plexus chakra, which is the color of yellow. You have the heart chakra, which is the color of green, or also you can use like rose, like a soft pink, pink, rose pink. Throat chakra is the color known as turquoise or sky blue. And then you have the brow chakra or the third eye chakra, which is the color of indigo. And then you have the crown chakra at the top of your head, which is represented as white, violet, or gold. And so I find this super relevant right now because we are going through some massive ascensions here on Earth. Like we're going through it right now. The sun itself is in its 25th solar maximum, which is like basically it's like ejecting all kinds of flares at us. There's like coronal mass ejections, also known as CMEs, and a lot of geomagnetic storms are being created by the amount of like the alphabet of and intensity of the classes of flares that we've been having. It's just crazy. It's creating aurora borealis to exceed much more like than it ever has for us, I believe, like to experience at least. Maybe that's not true, but it's pretty popularized, I guess, at this point is what I was trying to say. So from the color sequence, it is evident that chakra progresses like colors of the light spectrum, a rainbow of muted tones, through the aura and physical body. Light is made up of waves and tiny electric and magnetic vibrations. Each color in the spectrum is a light wave of a different wavelength. So, taking that into consideration with what I just said, the vortices, the chakras in our system that are basically portals of energy, they're energy centers for certain hard to explain connections with us and the universe. Okay, so that's basically what it is. They're like I said, let me see if there's a okay. So throughout history, people have been aware of the chakras. Ancient Egyptians, the Chinese, Hindus, Zoroastrians, Sufis, Greeks, the Maya, Native Americans, and Inca knew them as a reflection of the natural laws of the cosmos and studied them as esoteric science, giving them names such as the great powers or the divine universal natural laws. Okay. So, like I said, we are getting, those are connecting with us into our portals. I almost said our portals, into our portals, our light vest, like what do they call it in this book? Focuses, chakras are energetic life forces. Yeah, so this is like hitting our life force centers, connecting us to vast reaches beyond our solar system. I think a few months back there was a certain alignment that was like literally aligning us with the galactic center of the Milky Way, I think, or the galactic center of the galaxy. Yeah, okay, so this is it right here. So there was a rare alignment. So, okay, so let me back up, because I do think that we actually do have another, so we're actually between a solar and lunar eclipse season. I believe this is how it happens every year. I'm still figuring this out myself, but this is what I do know about solar eclipses, and especially the one I was just talking about. So it was a rare opportunity for so anyway, in general, solar eclipses are a rare opportunity. Sorry, I had to like slow my brain down a little bit so I catch up because I want to like say so much. Sorry, I started off a little rigid. I've got a lot, like, you know, that I'm trying to juggle, and I'm human, and I'm learning a lot of things about spirituality, and I'm going through a lot of personal things as well, and I'm in a new situation, and, you know, I want to make I don't know, I'm trying to fight my demons, basically. I'm trying to fight any imposter syndrome that may be slipping in, or any, like, shyness, or I'm trying to like burn away any fear, and trying to really be in this for me personally, at the level I'm at with my chakras and everything. I've been working a lot with my solar plexus, which is connected to the sun, and it's hyperactive right now. So it takes me a moment sometimes to open up and loosen up a little bit. Plus, I've never really done this before, so I really do appreciate anyone that watches these videos. It means the world to me to be able to share what I do know, and from a place of just, like, not really, I don't want to call myself a nobody, because I really am strong about the things that I say, and especially when there's an eye attached to it. So I just want to show up in a way that is easily digestible for people just like me. Okay, so the April 8th eclipse was a rare opportunity for spiritual growth and development. If we opened ourselves up to receive the beneficial energies and lessons that came from the solar eclipse on April 8th, the other side of this eclipse portal is also what it's called. Maybe that's why I'm talking about it, because it is portals. We're talking about portals. So, okay, so maybe after this lunar eclipse, which is, I believe is what it is, because I think it goes solar and lunar. Like I said, I'm still learning this about myself. But the solar eclipse happens when the moon passes between the earth. Okay, so the moon passes between the earth and the sun. Okay, so the moon, okay, so I'm Earth. How do I do this? So the moon, yeah, so I'm Earth, and here's the sun. So the moon passes between Earth and the sun. Totally or partially covering the sun for a short period of time. Okay, and on my side of this, for real, I can't see the orange. So that's what a solar eclipse feels like for us here on Earth, right? It's like a total or sometimes partial, like, blindness to seeing the sun. But this alignment holds deep symbolic meaning and has been known by ancient cultures. So that alignment, the solar eclipse alignment itself, holds symbolic meaning and has been known by ancient cultures around the world to spur changes in our lives. Especially this year, I'm hearing. It's like there's so much going on energetically in this year. It's a powerful, powerful year. And this alignment further, just specifically the power in the alignments is amplifying why this year and so much is so much different than any other year. It has to do with the significance in the alignments, the timings, the degrees, what constellations they're in, what other planets are involved in this little dance of the cosmic soup that we're in. During the eclipse, the veil between worlds are thin as dark cosmic forces draw nearer. So some people look at eclipses, some cultures even look at eclipses in a very auspicious way. They don't actually look directly. They're not outside at all. They even have certain rituals that they do. And I don't know if they would be considered omens, but like, yeah. And others, because the worlds between worlds is thin, but the veil between the worlds is thin. Depending on, I will say this to be safe because I don't want anybody to take this out of context, but in most cases, I would never suggest doing like certain like rituals without fully doing your research, but also I'm finding that we've come upon an age where it's more about our intention behind the things that we're doing than the stories from those that came before us. And I'm not to say that I'm trying to be completely respectful in every aspect, all the way across the board, in every culture. I don't know everything. I definitely never do, and I never try to say that I do. I'm just trying to figure this out too, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure that there's got to be somebody else out there that has the same thinking as me, right? Or I may have the same thinking as you. However, you need to hear that. Anyways, but the connection to the other side, to be able to connect with the darkness maybe within that may arise because of the significance in the way that those energies are possessed in that alignment. There are time to reflect inward and release what no longer serves you. Your higher self. Okay, so yeah, it's a time to, like I just said, attune to your inner world and your higher self, and attune to life's deeper purpose. Very introspective. Spiritual traditions teach that an eclipse is a time for personal transformation. And I believe that this eclipse that we're going to have is in October, I want to say the 11th, but I could be wrong. But that also is giving, isn't that 10/11? So 111. I don't know, that could be significant. I'm just kind of going with the flow here. Like, I didn't really expect to go into this information here, but the reason why I did was because of the galactic center. But this is kind of what we're in the middle of right now, so I kind of feel like it's significant to kind of understand and be reminded that we did just have this powerful eclipse in April. May, June, July. I mean, it's barely even been 4 months. It hasn't even been 4 months yet since this eclipse happened. You know? And a lot has changed. A lot's gone on. Spiritual traditions teach that an eclipse is a time for personal transformation. Empowers us to reshape old patterns into new enlightened phases of experience. Profound gifts and shifts. The eclipse may spark for those willing to accept this transformation. So you maybe have been going through some new sensitivities, if you will. Like for me, it became in the beginning, it became like I'm breathing like that because I can feel into the feeling that I had. I became more is it clairsentient? When you feel like everything, like I could feel the light staring at me, like, you know, like the wind talking to me, and like the fucking, you know, the molecules in the air, like, oh. So I was being advised, and if you watched my earlier video, I did post about this if you want to watch the original video to get the full version of it, because I don't really know. So, prepare spiritually for April 8th. Okay, so I wrote down growth of human consciousness and spiritual development. So, back to the portals, right? So, a celestial phenomenon is so this is a powerful gateway, a cosmic portal that will open up to allow higher dimensional energies and frequencies to penetrate our earthly realm. So, not only are we going through the sun's 25th solar maximum, but we also, there was that highly, like, first of all, it was on the 8th. This is an 8 year, so that's 8/8, which is coinciding with the 8/8 of August 8th, which were 8 days within. And even I'm getting infinity symbol as above, so below, as within, so without. Like, I'm just getting this really, like, I don't know, like, I'm literally getting, like, what I'm seeing in my mind is, like, this sacred geometry, like, of the, I don't know if it's the tree of life or the flower of life. The flower of life. That's what I'm picturing. Which is just like a multi, not really faceted, because it's more sequenced in the same mathematical, like, structure, but like it almost reminds me of like an atom, you know, or like, is it an atom, or like a molecule symbol, you know? I don't know why I'm getting that right now, but I'm just kind of like, that's what I'm getting. So an influx of divine light and cosmic codes has a potential to catapult or catalyze a massive shift in human consciousness. So this is something about this solar year is definitely an inside job to awakening humanity. It is what it is. And if you're on this train to understanding that there's something going on, but not really knowing what it is, trust and believe that it's of divine timing and order. There is a beautiful agenda to what seems like chaos, because we don't and haven't been supplied the correct information through our societies and what we've allowed to accept in our belief systems. But so even with just the solar flares, which may give us, increased intuitive awareness, vivid dreams, kundalini awakenings, or an all-over feeling of energy flux as you are being recalibrated to the incoming high frequencies. So that was like the gateway of this powerful thing, this powerful shift that is happening on Earth in humanity, that the Hopi prophecy, that the Hopi Indians prophesied about. I don't know why I'm wearing this, but I felt like I just wanted to wear it. It was side note, it was something I made for like a wall talisman, or like whatever you want to call it. Because I call them talisman because that's exactly what I'm using them for, like the symbolism and everything. And you hang it up, for protection and warding off negative energy and things like that. So anyways, this is a devil's claw, and that one is specifically like good for that, like I said. And I got some cute little golden leaves here, and this turquoise like sun, turquoise rays, I don't know, blue rays. Okay. And I even here on this one, I've got some kyanite and some more turquoise that looks like, I don't know what it is, but I have a bunch of these. If anyone is interested in telling me what they are, I believe this is what culture it is. I want to say it's Indian, but I'm not really sure. But these are handmade, and then I made this, like I said, for was intended for like a wind chime. Not really a wind chime, but like, I don't really know what the word is I'm looking for, because there's not really a word for it that I found that matches what it is, because it's art that is protective. It's meaningful. It's practical to me, and it's beautiful. Anyways. So, right now, after the eclipse, okay, also let me back it up a little bit, because the eclipse provides a gateway for activating our DNA strands, triggering awakenings, clearing blockages, and downloading new templates of consciousness from the cosmic service, the universal source. So, whoa! Not only is did this happen and was it amplified, at the solar eclipse portal back in April 8th. But it's happening like daily, it feels like, with the sun. But because like the moon at that time, we've been having this going on with us in the sun for a long time, forever really, but like the intensity of it right now is scary. There's been some, events in the past that have caused alarm or whatever, but that's really only in the third world, not third world, but 3D way of thinking about existing. Anyways, without getting into that technology part about it, and how it affects that. If it can affect our technology, then it's definitely affecting us on a cellular level. Potent eclipse window. Spend time meditating, praying, and or sacred ceremony. By stilling the mind and opening the heart, you can become a chalice for the universe to pour its blessings into. You may experience rapid healing, receive incredible downloads of higher vision or higher wisdom, or be granted a glimpse into the higher or wider universe and your role within the cosmic plan. Profound insights and epiphanies. As the eclipse cracks you open to new levels of truth and understanding. After the eclipse, you may feel a sense of rebirth, as though you are emerging from a cosmic womb, reborn into a higher expression of yourself. Old paradigms, structures, and patterns will be cleared. You will move forward into a new chapter of your spiritual path, accelerated and expanded. Unity, peace, and stewardship are the words for this new chapter. Reverence and attention. So what's interesting about this eclipse is 7 years ago. So we just had this 7/7 portal. No, this isn't even talking about the 7/7 portal. But this is talking about the eclipse that we had 7 years ago in 2017. It went right across America. And this one also came right across America. And it made a cross in the center of the nation. Ooh, something really, really crazy I feel like is scheduled for this 888 portal. Okay, because this is talking about when God made the first sign go through 7 cities named Salem. And on August 21st of 2017, the word Salem is in the Bible. The word Salem in the Bible is the word peace. God is saying 7 times he offered peace. Now the second eclipse goes through 7 times the city of Nineveh, I think. Jonah gave Nineveh 40 days. I don't know why I was trying to add up the days between June 7th and August 8th. God said you've got 40 days to repent. Only the sign of Jonah will be shown to you. Right in the center of the cross is a city called Rapture. And what is God's message here is we've got to repent and seek God like never before. And this is true, actually, 100% true. Christos light is returning. And when I wrote this, I believe he's already here. Just saying. The rapture, something about the rapture. I'm not really religious, so I don't really get into that. But finally, to the point I was trying to make about the galactic center. Jiminy, it's funny. It's funny how those things work. Anyways, so this was back January, February, March. I wrote this in March. So this is about the galactic center. Is the center of the Milky Way. Thank you. I needed that confirmation. That was all. That was all. Because I think recently we did have another, even though it wasn't an eclipse, the energies that were involved was still very much like this galactic center of the Milky Way, you know, the heart chakra of the planet and the heart chakra of this universe or this galaxy. Like, anyways, side note, super tangent, but excuse me. So, every person has a rainbow-like energy field around him or her. We call this an aura. Our aura is linked to the body. By personal energy centers called the chakras. So, our chakras are related to our energy body, which is related to our aura. The aura is linked to the body by personal energy centers called chakras. The word chakra originated in Sanskrit, a sacred Indian language, and means wheel of light. This is an excellent translation for a chakra, appears to spin like a wheel or vortex, and focuses the light of the aura toward the body. Auras and chakras are our energy body. You are not just a physical body. Remarkable though that it is possible to sit very still and start to sense your chakras or your energy centers in your body. When you focus intently on a part of your body, of your energy body, that area is stimulated. Some studies have shown that if you think about a particular part of your physical body too, blood flow is increased and healing occurs more rapidly there. This is already scientifically proven. So we're going to work with the awareness of just kind of what the chakras are. So, and I find this super significant because if you watched my last video, I knew a little bit about chakras, but I really wasn't like aware of what I was doing. And I started my Kundalini journey without having this knowledge. And being that we are going through these Kundalini awakenings without even tapping into the Kundalini is very, like, we're waking up. Like, the world is waking up because there's enough of us that are, like, working into this awareness globally that it's like, whew. Anyone can begin to sense the power of their higher self and be able to clear blockages and revitalize the chakras. Yeah. Like, all matter is frozen light, and we are light and sound receptors. So, you know, it's crazy. So I had something bookmarked here. Okay. Okay. So this would be considered like metaphysics, right? And I don't know what exactly I want to say in okay, so let me just start here. Understanding the chakras is one of the most effective means for accessing the various levels of consciousness. available to you. It is a simple system to comprehend, and yet it is profound as a guide to the inner world. You are already experiencing them. The chakra model gives you a way of identifying the type of energy you are experiencing through your chakras by identifying what of these feelings you're in. This will tell you what chakra or consciousnesses you're operating in. So if you are experiencing survival, that would be your root chakra. Pleasure or sexuality, that would be your sacral chakra. Power, that would be your solar plexus. Love, that would be your heart. Creativity, that would be your voice, your throat chakra, believe it or not. Intuition comes from your third eye, and your spirituality from your crown. Each of those 7 levels of energy are animated by the 7 chakras. Okay? And I keep wanting to read this, and I don't know why it's going to be significant, but I'm being called to read it. I saw that the scientific academic part of our mind is limited in its ability to explore the metaphysical aspects of life. Science has its place, but I saw that it has to be set aside if you are to explore your metaphysical realities. Science has no soul. It ignores that which can't be measured or proven. That's its filter. Inner world experiences can't be measured or proven, but are experienced every day. We all have an inner world. Don't doubt your experiences just because science can't prove them. Your inner guidances wouldn't stand up in a court of law. Your inner experiences wouldn't stand up in a court of law. At least not this world's law, because there is something spiritual justice, spiritual law. Again, the wrong filter. You must cultivate the mystical side of your character and trust your experiences and be sure you are true. You be with your true spirit and not judge yourself by outer standards. No one is a better authority of your relationship to energy than you. This is a highly personal. So again, what is written here is not as important as what it evokes within you. And that is what I loved about this book when I started this book, is how this person knows how to tap into the subconscious via emotional intelligence. Because if somebody were to be triggered by what I just read in a way that made them feel inferior because it didn't know what he's talking about, because this is a highly spiritual cultural idea that's being discussed here, and to really be able to get into people's psyche, to make an influence on somebody in a positive way, you really you have to be aware of where they're at in their awareness, what their perception is of things. And you can find that out by what kind of energy are they experiencing, And really, the only way that you're going to understand how somebody else is experiencing life is to experience it for yourself. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's the only way we're going to be able to really make a difference. So I love this. Give it a try. And your direct experience will verify the validity of its merit as a guide for perceiving life's experiences. It helps you to know what level of consciousness you are operating from at any time. It gives you a map for activating and experiencing other levels of consciousness. When problems, challenges, and difficulties arise in your life, the chakra model gives you a tool for helping it to identify the source of the conflict within yourself. All seekers on the path eventually realize this. Identifying the source within is the key for liberating the self. Wow. And why I find this to be super important is the ideal is to become elastic in consciousness, to move freely throughout the totality of your being, to sink fully into the meaning of your personal life and the lessons of this incarnation, and still be able to rise up out of your separate self to experience the beauty of your connection to collective issues and the divine. That's so beautiful. So this is why knowing, this is part of what knowing yourself is. In my opinion, it's a part of our operating system. Another aspect of it. We have this, the mind, and we have the body. And to connect with the spiritual part of us, clearly we get to like discover new dimensions within ourselves, which is also reflected in our outer world. So the more that we clear out these blockages within ourselves, we get to the root the root of our problem, and we heal it, and we transcend it, and we rise above it, and we operate in the heart, and we love ourselves, and we nurture ourselves for where we are at in our life and in our journey and our awareness. And we just cultivate the nurturing of what it is that we need and speak on our truths, and really seeing past ourselves and awakening to the vast awareness of consciousness that's available to us through this rainbow light wave that we ultimately are. I'm going to leave that here for today. I think that was a great place to start, and I'll be back more when I feel inspired to share the next thing that I'm working through. And I would love any feedback that y'all want to leave down there in the comments section. Any questions that you have, any topics maybe that you guys are interested in learning, or whatever you wanna talk about in relation to this subject. And please like, share, and or subscribe this video. Subscribe to my channel if you like this video. If you're interested in the spiritual awakening journey and what it looked like for me, and maybe some of the things that I've experienced and discovered throughout my own personal journey will help you through yours. I'm a huge believer in just being an example of what it could be like, and that's it. It doesn't have to be this way. I believe that the journey to the soul is easily forged once we work through this. We become more in tune with our heart and our brain. Heart-brain coherence is something that once we cleared out this system, become enlightened, we can facilitate this consciousness between the heart and the brain. And if we continue to just operate through clear portals and opening just this area, I think the understanding on this planet and the growth within each of us can grow exponentially. And I kind of think that's what we're being ushered into. So if you're experiencing any like anxiety, stress, feeling like you're really kind of at the edge of your seat, or you're just at this point in your life where you just feel confused, like, I don't know. I'm not doing any cards right now, so I don't really know what's going on for you personally, but if this is something that, like, you're experiencing, I do have tarot readings in my archive that I would just suggest watch whatever you feel called to, and don't worry about so much about the wording, or maybe, I don't know, just go with your gut. You'll be able to understand that saying a lot better when you clear out your vessel and become the communicator of your gut, and not the gut communicating to your mind, like, because gut health really does have a brain of its own. It affects our brains and our energy levels and everything else. So maybe you're being guided to paying attention to your eating habits and what you're ingesting. And also, even more importantly, the things and the thoughts that you're ingesting. Like, when you're eating something that's, like, quote unquote, like, I don't know, like, not good for you, like, say French fries, or like fried food, or fast food, or maybe, I don't know, a fucking cupcake, a treat or something. Really pay attention to the things that you're telling yourself while you're eating it. Are you telling yourself, like, terrible things as you're eating it? Like, or are you just simply enjoying it? Because that's where you need to be at with everything that you do in your life. Like, when you're, like, we've got to become, when you're trying to get to know yourself better without having any judgment, which is ultimately what you're trying to do, you have to be able to sit with yourself and being honest with yourself. Be able to sit with yourself inside of yourself without judging yourself. So just, like, paying attention to, like, mindfulness and everything. So once you can really get down to, like, your beliefs, what you believe, then you can really start to heal those beliefs. Because how are you ever going to be a billionaire if you believe at your core that you're not good enough in some way, shape, or form? This is an example. Your subconscious brain's never going to make that happen for you, because you believe, actually, that you come from, like, your family was never this, never good, and so you're not going to be good. Like, that, like, you got to start paying attention to those things, like I said, without any judgment, and then you can address them with the awareness that, hey, okay, I mean, I want this, but I'm saying this, and I know that really I do want this, but my subconscious programming is actually saying this, and I need to address why. And then you can get to, okay, maybe you have some worth issues. Okay, well, then where do those worth issues stem from? Do they stem from an abandonment, wound? Do they stem from an unbalanced energy point in one of your chakras? Because, I mean, I do believe people have had serious issues, health issues, manifest physically in these areas that hold certain, like, for instance, in the root chakra. Like, some women can never get pregnant. They may become, maybe they get, like, endometriosis, or they have lots of miscarriages, or, you know what I mean? Like, those things could be related to certain chakras because of things that we've gone through in our lives that we haven't actually felt, or, you know what I mean, looked at. So, anyways, signing out.